My name is Elizabeth from KMTL Event. Welcome to episode 8 of our new series, KMTL Artist Spotlight. It's a pleasure to have with me today, Mika. So, Mika, could you please introduce yourself, your stage name, background, and where were you born from?
My name is Mica Yui. I was born in Manila, Philippines, but I was adopted and raised in Baltimore. I'm currently based in Florida, but not for long. I plan to move out to LA soon.
Mm-hmm. Nice to meet you.
You too.
How long have you been involved in music, and when did you first discover your passion for this art form?
I picked up my first instrument, which was the drum. I was 4. I got into more instruments, but because I showed interest in them, my family kind of like forced it a little more, like down my throat. I didn't really care about it until high school. I think I got an iPod and I could produce on iOS GarageBand. So I started doing that. And, like my whole first album I made on my iPod. Yeah, I've kind of kept going from there.
Wow, I didn't think an iPod would be able to do so much.
Yeah, it like the quality's not there, but I really enjoyed the process. My friends enjoyed the process, so I just kept going with it.
Have you ever posted this anywhere online?
I'm not sure. I really don't remember. I may have mentioned it in another blog, but I don't remember. I started producing probably around 2019, but I started releasing under Mica Yui in 22.
Wow, so like COVID year.
Yeah.
Was it more of just, I have nothing else to do, so let me try something new, or you really have to?
I don't think I'm like super smart in any other field. And I
Mhm.
just like kind of picked it up and I never put it down. I'd be in public, I'd be like with my family and I'd be on my phone producing or just like whenever I had a chance, I'd be working on something. I just never put it down. I eventually got a computer and my uncle paid for my Logic Pro. So I have full access. And I only do that because I kind of struggle with working with people just
Mhm.
because like I got so used to doing my own thing and I've tried. I do work with some people on occasion. Like I have a friend like in my area and he'll come over and he'll work with me. But like 9 times out of 10, he'll be spitting like ideas to me and I'll think this would work a lot faster if I were alone right now. I'm not gonna lie. So I try not to. I would love to. I love connection. I love working with people
Mhm.
like on other levels. But when it comes to like my workflow and production, it's a lot more difficult. So I just produce myself.
For sure, I understand that as well. It's important to lock in.
Yeah,
Was there any other influences that made you pursue it?
I was thinking about this a while ago because I don't really remember my earliest memory of wanting to get into music or like being inspired by another musician was this producer called Sean Wasabi, who he's this Filipino, I think he's Filipino producer, and he just made all this pop like future based stuff, and I thought it was so. Cool. I don't know. Since then, I I pick up a lot of things, and it's shown throughout my music. I guess kind of pick up what I'm listening to with what I released at the time. Like recently, I've been into a lot more pop R&B instead of like the lo-fi bedroom pop stuff. So
Would you say that this is how you would describe the style of music that you typically gravitate toward? Describe your sound to someone who's never heard your music before.
I'd like to think of my music as evolving. I think it's hard to like put a label on everything because it's always changing. I can listen to my earlier stuff and I can think, oh yeah, I was listening to that kind of music when I was younger, and it shows. But my stuff's maturing a little more. Trying to be a little more mature because I'm watching or like in public and like if someone were to come up to me and ask me, what kind of music you make, or what do you do? And I'm like, I make music, but and I play like the music I made in high school. It's like cutesy pop. I can't really aura farm to that.
Mhm.
So I started getting into more mature music. Just a little cooler, I guess.
Yes, you're very cool. I agree. In what ways does your Asian heritage shape your artistry? And can you describe the challenges you face related to this?
I think In relationship to my career, it influenced a lot of the artists that I listen to. I also listened to a lot of like MXM Tune and Kai Dreams growing up, and Joji specifically. Just because when I found an Asian creator or Asian artist, I just thought they were cool because I was adopted into a white family and I grew up in a very non-Asian populated area. So I didn't have access to my culture. And so I go to school and there's not really a lot of people that look like me or a lot of people that I can connect with. I was picked up by a Filipino label in 22, I believe, like right before I met Brian. And I thought that was my way into learning more about my culture. But it ended up being more of a struggle because I go home, I'm no one that I can relate to culture wise. I go to work with this label who is at a 12-hour difference. And that was a struggle because I had school in the morning. So whenever I saw them, it would be at like 12 in the middle of the night. On top of that, there's a language barrier. So I really felt alienated from both sides. A lot of my friends who are like of mixed ethnicities struggle with that because they're like too alienated from whatever is in their blood that they just don't connect. I don't know. That's always been a struggle, but I luckily met Brian. He introduced me to his community. There were a bunch of Asian American, primarily artists. I could connect with them a lot easier. That's something I really needed. If I didn't meet them, I probably would have quit after I left that first label.
But I'm really happy that you're able to rediscover your culture.
Yeah.
What languages do you speak, if I may ask, and what languages do you sing in?
I don't speak. I know very little of a handful of a lot. I speak English, obviously, but I studied French, Chinese, like Mandarin, and I speak very little Spanish and very little Tagalog.
5 languages then.
Yeah, I guess so. But I don't quiz me on anything. I know very little on probably all of them.
How do you express your identity through your music, and what significance does it hold for you?
I think I really just speak on things that I can relate on, things that I'm going through or what my friends are going through. Like some of my songs I'll sing from the perspective of what my friends are going through, but primarily what I'm going through. It's more of an out for me. As much as I don't think it is, I think it's more of a expressive out or like my therapy. I don't like to think of it like that because then I put too much weight on it when I can't write. Yeah, it's just whatever I'm going through, whatever I'm experiencing. I like to make music that bumps or like makes you kind of feel a little either feel or something you want to feel with or move with. I don't know. It's just something I move with, you know?
Mhm. So you would say there's a lot of story behind each of your songs.
Yeah. I think each one of my projects, I try to put a story, a cohesive story. On my first album I did, it was kind of just a feel good summer album. And then my second album, I wanted to tell the story of finally getting out of my home. I had a very sheltered home and I left. I didn't tell my mom. My mom actually doesn't know anything about my music career. But I told her that I was going to California to see some people on my dad's side of the family. But I really spent all my money that I got from merch and got a plane ticket to go see Brian and perform with Brian. Yeah, that was a really fun week. I took my friends that could go with me. We all split an Airbnb. Yeah, that was just really fun to get out of my environment and feel something.
So I would like to know a little bit more about your music since it seems like there's so much going on behind it. Relating to your last single, Under Your Breath, which was released in November, could you share a little bit more about the inspiration behind the song and what themes it explores?
Closing my eyes, taking my time, when I'm in it, when I'm in it. Watching your eyes, into your thighs, when I'm in it, when I'm in it.
It's just freaky. It's just a freaky song. I think when I first started making it, I wanted to see how far I could go with that. I literally made it on TikTok Live. Same with Slipping Up, and my chat was like egging me on to get more into it. And there were some lyrics that I like really struggled to put in there. Like I was like laughing so hard because I'm really immature. I just think it was just a fun song to work on. There's not like a huge story behind it in relation to the project because it's going the EP that I'm releasing at the end of the month. I guess it would be more of the intimate side of the relationship that the project explores because it gets a little more serious or like it gets more complicated with throughout the story. But yeah, it's nothing super in depth. I was just like goofing around when I made it.
And your new upcoming album, is it something more goofy or it's really like serious?
I speak on my struggles through college, how I cope through my problems that are my coping is not healthy. But I also have songs in there that like slipping up. But the majority of it is kind of like what I was feeling through. I had a pretty big breakup last year, and I that's the whole project that I was working on after that.
I'll be looking forward to that. Seems very relatable.
Yeah, yeah.
What was the creative process like for the song, and were there any specific experience or emotions that really influenced the lyrics?
I like how you can sit within the song. Like you can zone out, you can feel it. Just something to make me look cooler. It's so weird because you can go back and listen to my earlier stuff. It's so like cutesy and lo-fi and happy and pop and innocent. And then I go to this track and you can just hear like the maturity difference.
Would this be a song that you listen to when you're like in your own space or in the car?
Yes, I do. I listen to it a lot actually. Like I don't know, I just really like I personally like it. And that's rare because I don't usually like the things that I make.
And how do you feel that this single compares to your previous work in terms of style and message? And what message do you hope to present to your listeners when they listen to your work?
I want to see evolution with my music because I started from nothing. I didn't really, no one taught me how to do anything. Self taught myself. If I had a question, I went to YouTube. The only, I guess, guidelines that I've followed are ones where my friends are like, "Oh, I like this song," so I'll go listen to that song and I'll make something like it, so that we could listen to it together. Or like for a while I was making the project, I made it so that I could call up my friends. They could come over, and I wanted to see their reactions of, "Oh shit, this is actually kind of cool." I like how it makes me feel right now. I'll probably that'll probably change in the future because I talk about some personal things.
Was any of these reaction videos posted on your YouTube page or Instagram?
Oh, of my friends? Nah, no. I because one of them is my neighbor. I'll send like a voice message of the song on Instagram, and I'll send it to our group chat, and they'll be like, "I need to work on this now," or like, "You need to come over right now," or "Can I come over? I'm in front of your door. Open the door." You know, like they. I like seeing them excited. So
It's good promo as well, actually.
yeah, yeah, I think that would be cool. I was showing the project to a couple of my classmates, and they're like, "You should have a release party." I was thinking about it. I'm not sure yet.
Maybe someday.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. I would like to. I would like to. It's just like I don't know if I do it online. If I do it in person, then because I have my cats, I don't want to scare my cats with all these people coming over or my roommate. Yeah, just a couple factors.
Out of all your releases on Spotify, which cover art is your favorite and why, and what makes it so special to you?
I don't really have a favorite. I like Slipping Up and Under Your Breath. Yeah, I like Slipping Up and He's Just a Friend because I was with my friends when I took that picture or those pictures. So I can like tie those memories back. Like a Lover I took in a bathroom of a motel on a vacation. I try to think like what would look cool on someone's wall if they were to make a poster or if I were to like release a physical copy of my music. Because I put my records up on a wall and just like to see like what would my face look like on someone's wall.
You by record, do you mean like the disc version?
Yeah, like vinyl records. Yeah.
I see. And I really like the cover art for Under Your Breath because it
Mhm.
has like the blurry effect on this side. Why like this?
I made it in my living room.
Oh, so you're the one that makes it.
Yeah, I edit all my stuff. Only because I don't really have money to pay someone else to do it, so I kind of taught myself how to do it. The other day, I learned how to animate my own logo spinning, and I put it as like the Spotify canvases, just because I can't pay someone else to do it. Student loan moment, but yeah.
But it's really, really well done, actually.
Thank you so much.
Which song do you feel like resonate with you the most personally, and is there a particular reason for that connection?
Right now would probably be either Slipping Up or Under Your Breath.
Girl, everything is fair. You put a spell on me, and it works too well. 'Cause you know it's you I miss, baby.
I tend to like the music that I'm currently working on because it's what like currently represents me, like to the latest emotion. Like I said earlier, it'll probably change with more music I release.
I see. And in your opinion, which song do you think is your fans' favorite? And have you received any memorable feedback from them?
Like a Lover is probably like a go-to fan favorite. According to numbers, If I Can't Have You is the fan favorite.
Going on here? 'Cause you treat me like a lover, but you love me like a friend. And my heart can't comprehend it, but my brain sure understands that you're never gonna love me, no matter the circumstance. Will you? Will you? I gotta weigh out my choices. Closet at 3 a.m. saying how I really feel. I just wanna be a man, 'cause nothing ever matters if I can't have you. Oh, when I hear your voice, I end up dancing in my room. Got me praying to the stars that we never ever part. 'Cause nothing ever matters if I can't have you.
People like to tell me they cry to it. Yeah, it's a little more solemn, I guess.
What's your favorite part about that song?
I was going through a time where like I was getting along by someone, and I think a lot of people can relate to that. Oh, my favorite part is the bridge. 'Cause the bridge is actually the chorus to another song of mine. And I just threw it in because it fell in line with the theme. The bridge was, I think it goes to BF, which is best friend, boyfriend. I like those things. I think that whole project was kind of fun to make.
But you say that there's nothing between us, when I know that you know that I'm dreaming of you. Of you. But you say that I'm your best friend, when I'd really much rather be a boyfriend. I know you don't wanna mess up what we got here going on.
I saw on your Instagram page that you participated as an opener for various concerts, including one in Orlando, Florida, to the artist Ty back in October. Can you share what that experience was like for you and what was some of the highlights?
That was his first like organized showcase of other artists. It was cool to see that he cared about my music like that. He reached out. He was like, "I need you to perform." I was like, "Okay, I think I can." That was fun. I met a lot of people. A lot of people liked my stuff, and my friends came out to see me. So it was fun. Ty's a really cool guy. I met him down here through another one of my friends. He said he wants to keep doing performances like that. So hopefully there will be another one.
And you also mentioned before that you performed for Brian. How was that experience like, and what was the concert like?
So we were both openers for, along with this other artist, Elena Moon. We were openers for this artist named Pohyun. That whole event, that's when I went to LA. He texted me in January. I probably met him 6 months before that. He texted me in that year, that January, and I spent the rest of that year or the rest of the time before the concert, like asking anyone around my school, asking anyone in my area, any artists, if they wanted to travel to LA with me. We didn't get our Airbnb until maybe a month or two before the trip. He was super unorganized. We had Brian and his team sending me links to Airbnbs all the time. If we waited like maybe 3 hours, they'd be gone. So then we'd be back at looking for more Airbnbs. And then we finally got one. That whole trip, probably one of the best trip, probably the best trip of my life. That concert was the last night. And we went straight from the concert to In and Out. And then we went from In and Out to the airport and we left. It was super fun. I had never performed before my music live like that. Brian, I have a bunch of clips I can show you later. But Brian, just an amazing person. I feel crazy because I'm glazing the hell out of him. And if he sees these clips, he's probably gonna laugh. But yeah.
And have you had the opportunity to perform in any other cities beside Orlando and LA, or maybe in the future you would like to do so, for example, in Canada?
I have a decent amount of fans in Canada. I'd like to tour someday. I can't even imagine $1,000 in my bank account right now. But like I can't wait. I really want to keep going. I promised several of my friends things when I blow up. I'm gonna buy my friend an entire Costco or like, just stupid things like that.
Have you had the chance to travel in Montreal?
No, I think the most north that I've traveled would be New York.
So in Canada, you've never touched foot.
The furthest I've traveled was from the Philippines to here.
Okay.
But from here anywhere else, the furthest would be Hawaii. But I never went out of the country.
Would you like to do so maybe someday? And by chance, do you know any French that can go with it?
I would love to. I would love to travel. I don't know a lot of French. I strictly remember only my instructor being kind of mean to me, but other than that, I don't know that much French.
Do you know how to introduce yourself in French?
I do, yeah, but other than that, I don't know anything yet.
Are you able to say it?
Not with like a proper. I feel like I sound American when I say it. Yeah,
It's okay. Go ahead.
it's just Je m'appelle Mica Yui, right?
It's-
Yeah.
If ever you decide to perform here, you'll be able to introduce yourself perfectly.
Yeah.
And usually your songs are more on the soothing side. So how do you adapt your performances for different audience or venues?
I like to do different arrangements for depending on like the size of the venue. Before the performance with Ty, I probably spent a week with my band, like rearranging my music just to like seem more either exciting or interactive audibly. It's something different than playing it from your phone. When you're there, when you're physically there, you're not just like, oh, I could play this at home. Why am I here? Why did I pay the money just to see this?
So you would make them more upbeat.
Either more upbeat or just like different live arrangements that will accent certain parts of the song. Just something that changes the experience to make it more of an experience.
And how have these experiences performing for openers shaped you as an artist? And what have you learned from these performances?
Well, I kind of knew it from like being in high school. I performed a lot with the groups that I was in. But the one thing that I've learned and I kind of hold true because you can't really change anything is that the show's going to happen regardless. If you get too hung up on one mishap or one issue, the show's you're dropping the ball. You kind of like, when you have a balloon and it's filled up with oxygen and you're like hitting it and you're keeping it from the ground, just do that because you have to hold people's attention. People are coming out to watch you perform. If they wanted to watch a clown get caught up in everything, they wouldn't. I would say they would be there to see you. Hopefully,
I see. So it's like living up to the fullest.
yeah. Just don't get caught up, and I think I apply that to a lot of my life because time's gonna move. People are gonna move. People are gonna keep doing their own thing. If you are caught up in one thing that's stuck in your life, I guess
Mhm.
you're not gonna move with these people. You're gonna stray. I guess just keep going.
Lesson of 2025.
Yeah,
And could you describe a defining moment in your career that has really significantly influenced you as an artist?
that trip to LA. I can't stress it enough. I met so many people. I made so many connections. I wouldn't trade it for anything. Even if I wasn't making the music, I'm happy that I met those people. I'm happy that I had those experiences. I don't know. I'd do anything to go back there, be with my friends and be with that community.
I hope someday you could do the same thing and make it better.
Yeah, I'm really excited because that's the plan. Yeah.
You could always go up from there. There's no going back. as they
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Looking ahead in 2026, so what do you hope to achieve in your music career? And are there any specific goals or projects you're excited about?
I just want to be more active, I think. I got my Spotify artist rap back last December, and I didn't reach. It was like the first year in my career as Mica Yui that my stream numbers, and a lot of people say don't worry about the numbers, but I'm looking at the numbers and they barely reached half of my previous year. That was a huge blow to my mental, just because I started becoming more active on social media, and a lot of people tell you, you have to be active on social media to grow. And I thought that I was doing that, and I was meeting a lot of new people, and I gained a lot of fans, and the numbers just didn't show it. And it was really disappointing, but I'm not gonna let that stop me. So I'm just gonna keep going. Like same with the show, same with the live show, because sitting on my butt and getting getting caught up in that. If I sit and do nothing, it's not going to change anything. If I actually do something, I'll at least be doing something to further my career theoretically.
And you have such a big passion for music as well, so I hope you keep on hold to that and not give up.
I don't plan to. I really don't. I hate to say it. I don't really care for the music. I care for the people that I meet through it. If I didn't end up being, I guess, front of the project of any project, I'd love to be some kind of contributor, even if it's not like within the product. Just like a contributor to someone's mental thought process, I could change someone's mind just by opening their eyes to something that I've experienced or like getting them out of their head. I think that's one of the biggest problems that I've faced, and having someone to nudge you into a productive flow or healthier flow for yourself, I think that person is always super valuable. And I have a desire to be that person. So
In that case, you would say your music would be the therapy for people and hoping that they could relate to you to make them go through the struggles.
definitely, 100%. My second album, I named Hero because it was what I wanted to name my firstborn. If I have a family in the future, because I wanted that lesson of not being so caught up in your head and to get out. I wanted that to be taught through the experiences that I've been through the people that I met. If there's one person that I want to experience that, it would be my kids, I guess.
I've learned a lot that people come and go, but you could only stay true to yourself. So
Yeah.
finding yourself in the journey and seeing kind of where it kind of leads you.
Yeah, definitely.
Is there any other message that you would like to tell your fans?
I don't know who quoted this. Just stop overthinking and do whatever you're planning to do.
Well said, well said. As we are coming close to an end to this interview, if you could create your own experimental music genre by combining existing styles, what would it be and what would you name this new genre?
I don't know. I'm drawn to any genre that makes me think, oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, that's different. Or, oh, that blends really well. I think it's really cool to see someone else come at objective of making music from a different perspective or a different angle. And I love to see that, even if it just doesn't resonate with like other people. At least you can say you're the first one to say it, or at least you can say you're the first one to do it. I think that's cool. Anything that would make you think, I guess. Any genre. I don't know. What I would name it.
The Mica Yui genre.
Yeah, I think that's disgusting. I'm not gonna. I think that I don't know. That's too much to my ego. No, I'd probably name it something stupid, knowing my character.
Kuromi genre.
Yeah, something that like doesn't seem too serious. I hate being too serious.
Matches your personality to be very outgoing.
Yeah,
That is all we have for you today. Thank you so much, Mica Yui, for joining us and for sharing all your stories. All the best for your musical career.
of course. And thank you for this interview. I don't do a lot of these, so this is really awesome for me.
Don't forget everything is fair.